for being appreciative. Wow. All right, hot outside, big time. Yesterday it was like 100 degrees. Today is going to be in the 90s. What else about the heat? Actually, you know what? It's not as, what do you call it, humid as yesterday. You can feel it. It's not as uncomfortable.
Well,
you buy that?
Well, there's a chance of a late day storm. I don't know. It's early. It's only 7 o'clock. Let's see what happens at 11. Anyway, Mike Woods has all the details for us. Meanwhile, this extreme heat is putting a strain on our power grid, leaving thousands of people without power. Con Ed is asking you to please conserve energy.
So the prisoner who escaped from police custody in Harlem, an accused attempted murderer, has been apprehended. Here he is a couple of weeks ago getting away from cops. There he is in the white T-shirt.
Yeah,
here come the cops.
Come the police officers.
Yeah, not nearly as fast. Well, he was on the run there for about a month. And anyway, they got him.
Hopefully he had the handcuffs off. Do you think he still had the handcuffs behind his back?
Good question, because when he's running down the block there, he still had them on.
And more people right now are taking on Trump, asking him to drop out of the race for president following his comments about John McCain. Senator McCain is responding to Donald Trump's comments that he's not a war hero. I don't know. This doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon.
Donald Trump, you know, he's a friend of the show. I like him. I can't believe he said that about John McCain. I think he really does have to apologize. And
he says that basically you have to listen to the whole interview to see that he did call him a hero.
Sorry, that's not how it works. We heard what you said, and you got to apologize for that. I think he's a good guy. I think he's got interesting things to say, both McCain and Trump. But that was too far. All right, also, tell us about that Ashley Madison website.
Well, it's a cheating website. I didn't know about it. I didn't know it existed. Apparently, it's for married people who are looking to cheat.
You never heard about this? They're always pushing out those silly surveys.
No.
It's, quite frankly, it's a very unfortunate website. But tell us more here.
Well, apparently, somebody hacked into their website, and now they're threatening to release personal information, even sexual fantasies about some of the people who are, you know, subscribe to that website.
All right. So, it felt like 100 yesterday. And what's it going to be like today? It was so hot yesterday, the traffic lights in one town on Long Island, Rosanna, didn't work. They came out there and they were...
Did you take pictures?
I took... This is an action video shot by me. And then I almost got into an accident, so I put it away. But, you know, it is crazy hot out there. I think we have other footage of people trying to beat the heat.
Oh, that's fun. Maybe you and I should go in the sprinklers.
Not a bad, well, you know, is it really that hot for us to frolic around like that?
I think so.
All right. How about this? Con Ed wants us to set our air conditioners to 78.
78? Why even have the air conditioners on?
There's a lot I would do for my country. I would go to war, vote, but that's...
Well, hopefully what you did was, before you left your apartment this morning, you shut the air conditioners off.
Well, that's an economic decision. That's not for my fellow man.
Well, but that's also helping to conserve.
I understand, yes. And also the bill would be crazy. So 78 does sound very warm. That's what Con Ed wants us to set our ACs to.
Listen, enough with this. I want to know what you did yesterday.
I just had... What do you mean?
Well, you took the day off. I want to know how you spent your day off.
Just got a few things done around the house. Mike Woods, how are you?
I don't know about this. We need to do a little more digging on that one.
Yeah. Well, we got 3 hours to get to the bottom of this.
Exactly.
Eventually, we'll chip away at it.
Not much. Home Depot, you know.
You were driving around and shooting.
Just getting my errands done.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, hey, nice to see you guys again.
Nice to have you back. We missed you yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And look who's back. Good time, Charlie.
I understand, Mike. It's been a while.
Was I gone? I've been
well, you were gone Friday.
Oh, okay.
After taking several weeks off.
And I was supposed to take yesterday off, but it didn't work out that way.
Oh,
anyway.
So sorry.
Well, we're all back at it, and we are in the midst of what could be a heat wave. It's not one officially until we hit 90 later on, but it should happen here. So here's what we have as you step out the door right now. 82, and that's the low temp for the morning. What kind of a low is that? It's not a low. Anyhow, that's it. 72 in Allentown. We've got 70 in Poughkeepsie, still 66 degrees in Monticello, with a partly cloudy sky around the tri-state region. Yes, the dew points are a little bit lower than yesterday, but they're still pretty high at 65 degrees out at Central Park, 70 in Belmar, and 73 in Islip. That's where it's really kind of on the heavy side with that moisture. Still looking at a few showers up around Sussex County, out toward Passaic, maybe even a little bit into Warren County. Just a little bit of lighter rain coming on through here, but we are expecting a bigger round of at least some scattered showers and storms to come to us later this afternoon. This cold front's coming in, and it's going to run up against this hot, humid air that's been sitting with us for the last 3 days or so. And as it comes through, it will have some potential to kick up some additional thunderstorms, mostly for the north. northern counties of the tri-state, basically in the city and to the north. But it really doesn't look like a big widespread event of big thunderstorms. So I'm not too worried about that. Cooler, drier air is on its heels, and that's what we'll be taking over from tomorrow on. So your temps will be coming down. This is the last of it. Heading up to 88 by midday and a high of 92. Still on the humid side here today, but tomorrow it's going to drop out for you. High temp of 85 for you tomorrow, then 83 on Thursday, 82 Saturday, and 80 on or Friday, and 80 on Saturday. So cooler temps come back to us, and the sunny skies are hanging tight too. All right, now let's get you back over to Inez Rosales, and things are going back and forth with the commute. We saw some major issues out there.
Good morning, Mike. It's New Jersey Transit, a huge headache with the Northeast corridor. I'll tell you about that in a second. Let's start off with the roads right now. The Turnpike Western Spur traffic jam southbound because of a multi-car accident and a flipped over box truck closing 2 lanes. This is all by 15W. You can use the Eastern Spur as an alternate route, and we also have a stall on the Cross Island Parkway. Traffic slow. You can see it as you head northbound past the Grand Central Parkway. Right by Northern Boulevard, 2 lanes are blocked with a stall. As for the rest of the roads, let's go to our cameras and take a look at Staten Island Expressway by Bradley Avenue. Traffic, a little volume, normal delays here heading eastbound, westbound siders fine. Let's talk about the trains. Metro North, Long Island Railroad, the PATH trains are doing fine. New Jersey Transit experiencing signal problems, so the Northeast corridor, there's a 60-minute delay between Trenton and New York Penn. Greg and Rosanna.
Okay, thank you very much. So, really hot outside. How are we going to deal with it? A lot of folks turning the AC way down. Con Ed again says not that far down. You should put it at about 78.
Oh, wow. Well, thousands of people are still without power this morning. I'm sure it feels like 98 in their apartments.
Thousands, but not millions. We've got, you know, when you consider all the customers out there, it's a handful, but...
I know. Well, hopefully it doesn't spread, right? Robert Moses is in South Beach on Staten Island, where many people are they still in the dark there, Robert?
Well, Greg and Rosanna, most people are back here. 850 customers borough-wide here on Staten Island still have no power, but that's a huge improvement over the thousands who were without it yesterday. We saw a Con Ed crew working at this intersection right near Staten Island University Hospital for much of the morning. You can see that Office of Emergency Management trailer parked behind me here on Seaview Avenue. Everyone hoping today is not a repeat of yesterday.
If the mercury hits 90 today in Central Park, and that looks likely, we'll have our first heat wave since a 7-day heat wave in July of 2013. The heat has had its consequences. According to Con Ed, about 19,000 customers lost power on Staten Island yesterday. Residents at this powerless assisted living facility on Father Capodanno Boulevard sought refuge elsewhere.
We're allowed to go into the bus and cool off a little bit.
Cool city buses provided welcome relief to many. Con Ed implemented voltage reductions to prevent further damage to its equipment. Mayor de Blasio called on New Yorkers to do their part.
So if lights don't need to be on, they shouldn't be on. If any kind of electrical appliance doesn't need to be on, it shouldn't be on. And air conditioning should be set to 78 degrees.
78 would feel lovely to those who must toil outside.
Water, juice, that's it. That's all you can do.
Take heart, you huddled masses yearning to be cool. Relief is coming.
Relief also appears to be coming in the form of power restoration. There's been a whole lot of progress in just the few hours we've been here on Staten Island. At one point, Staten Island University Hospital just across the way had no power, but last night around 10:30 or so, the power came back on. And by the way, this morning, shortly after we crossed the Verrazano Bridge around 4 o'clock, we saw the lights starting to come back on, and most people now have their power back. Only 850 customers still without it here on Staten Island. We'll keep an eye on it. Another report in the next hour. That is the latest live from South Beach this morning. Greg and Rosanna, back to you.
Okay, thanks. Rosanna, you made a great point. 78 degrees for the air conditioner just seems like,
why bother? Open the windows for that matter.
It's just, I know it's supposed to work that way, but it doesn't. Psychologically, we need 68 degrees.
I think that if we have to put the thermometers at 78, I think we should just go in the sprinkler and then go back and just sit on the couch.
Okay, but please listen to Con Ed. All right. What else we got here? Do we have a possible case of Ebola virus again here in New York City?
Well, a patient recently returned from the African country of Guinea with a high fever and was taken to Bellevue last night. Guinea is one of the 3 main countries affected by the Ebola outbreak, but the health department says This patient had no known exposure to the Ebola virus. Doctors are checking the patient. We'll decide whether an Ebola test is required. Obviously, we don't know if it's a male or a female at this point. They're not giving us any information.
Okay, could we have a big strike at LaGuardia and Kennedy Airport soon? Hundreds of security officers, baggage handlers are considering a strike.
And later this morning, they're expected to announce when it will begin. They're demanding higher wages and better benefits. Most of them work for a subcontractor that serves several airlines, including Delta, United, and British Airways. The company, however, says it pays competitive wages, has many satisfied employees. So we're going to keep an eye on this morning.
Okay, he was drinking beer before the accident. According to prosecutors, that's the admission from the pickup driver involved in that deadly, tragic accident that killed 4 women on Long Island over the weekend.
Well, DA Tom Spada says Stephen Romeo told authorities that he was drinking beer at home while he was doing chores just a few hours before crashing into that limo carrying 8 friends. Brittany Schulman and Lauren Baruch, both of Smithtown, were killed, along with Stephanie Belly from Kings Park and Amy Grabina from Comac. Funeral services for Miss Grabina are today in Woodbury. 5 others are still in the hospital. Now, people living near that crash site on Route 48 says it has been a trouble spot for many years, with limos making U-turns.
Accidents happen. Everything cannot be prevented, but this truly could have been.
Well, as of now, this man has not been charged with anything. The district attorney is still waiting for blood test results. He's being held on $500,000 bail.
It's really tough. Well, folks, Mayor de Blasio is in Rome this morning. He's set to give a pretty big speech, although he's not alone. Mayors from 65 other cities are there, and I think they may all get to shake the Pope's hand at some point.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, the Pope has talked about climate control and that kind of stuff, and the need to preserve the environment. Also, to help people with income inequality. So the mayor obviously is one of those people who's spoken out about this before.
Oh, here he is. This is footage from Rome. Let's listen to what he said.
How can we protect our people if we accept a status quo that is slowly killing our Earth?
So the mayor is in Rome. A very quick trip. He left yesterday. He's there today, comes back tomorrow. Maybe you should spend a bit more time there, huh?
Stop it.
A couple more weeks. What do you say? No, just teasing.
No.
What else?
Iowa's largest newspaper has called on Donald Trump to drop out of the race for president following his controversial comments about John McCain's military service.
Wow. The pressure is really on Donald Trump. A friend of the show, he watches Good Day New York. I can't figure out why he said that, and then after saying it, I really think he should apologize. We don't know yet how it's affecting his poll numbers. He was doing very well last week. Any impact so far? Let's go to Carrie Drew. She's outside of Trump Tower. Hi, Carrie.
Well, good morning to you, Greg and Rosanna. Despite this controversy, Donald Trump seems to be doing well in the polls. In fact, the latest Washington Post ABC News poll shows him leading the pack of Republican presidential hopefuls, although most of that polling was done before Trump's comments about Senator John McCain became public. And speaking of McCain, Donald Trump was asked last night on Fox News whether he had anything to say to the senator. Take a listen.
I have respect for Senator McCain. I used to like him a lot. I supported him. I raised a lot of money for his campaign against President Obama. And certainly if there was a misunderstanding, I would totally take that back.
Donald Trump appearing on Fox News Monday night, refusing to apologize for comments he made about Arizona Senator John McCain's military service.
I want you to be honest. You do think John McCain is a hero. I know you do.
I do. And by the way, I said it.
Trump's comments at a campaign event in Iowa over the weekend created a firestorm.
He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
In an appearance on MSNBC, McCain was asked whether Trump owes him an apology.
I'm not a hero, but those who were my senior ranking officers, people like Colonel Bud Day, Congressional Medal of Honor winner, those that inspired us to do things that we otherwise wouldn't have been capable of doing. Those are the people that I think he owes an apology to.
Senator, any thoughts on Donald Trump?
Later in the day, outside an event in Midtown, McCain had no further comment. But inside, South Carolina Senator and Republican presidential hopeful Lindsey Graham had this to say.
John McCain and everybody like him is an American hero.
McCain was a Navy pilot during the Vietnam War. His plane was shot down and he was captured and held as a prisoner of war for 5.5 years. Politicians from both parties defended McCain's service.
That John McCain's a war hero, period. John McCain and I have disagreed on a lot of things over the years, but knowing what that man went through, if that's not a hero, I don't know what a hero is.
Donald Trump is wrong, wrong, wrong.
And some more fallout for Trump. Mayor de Blasio says there will be no future business deals between the city and Mr. Trump in light of Trump's recent comments about Mexican immigrants. Meanwhile, Meghan McCain, we heard from her on Twitter yesterday. Well, last night she was on Fox News on the Kelly File, and she said that the comments that Trump made were some of the grossest, most disgusting things she's ever heard. That's the latest live from here outside Trump Tower this morning. Greg and Rosanna, I'll send it back to you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Carrie Drew. What do you think, Rosanna? He's got to apologize. As a friend, we got to advise him to take this back.
I feel like last night on Bill O'Reilly, he was coming back a little bit. He was, you know, the Donald Trump is not used to apologizing. He doesn't apologize. I mean, that's why people like him, because he just says what he says.
That's
and
great.
He rolls with the punches.
Yeah, but
whoa.
That doesn't mean, do you think he's wrong on this one?
I think on this one he was wrong. I think, you know, I looked back on the interview and I was like, was he doing that because he was just having fun? He was just jesting? Was he making a joke, but he didn't really mean it? But you can't joke about this stuff. It's very sensitive to so many people.
Yep. All right. So we'll see what happens next. In the meantime, Mike Woods, we want an opinion. Should he apologize or not?
I don't think that you're going to find too many people who would say he shouldn't.
Right. Okay, very good.
You think he should apologize?
Yes, I do. On this one, yes.
In
Mike,
fact, I don't think anybody, so there you go. All right, let's show you what's up out there for the almanac for the day. 84, that's the average high. 69 is the average low. We dropped it down to 82 degrees so far, and we're probably going to start going back up, but we do have a mix of both clouds and sun. And, yeah, it's going to be a warm day out there. It's already warm. In fact, it's going to be hot once again. We hit 90 2 days in a row so far. Looks like this could be day number 3 and therefore constitute a heat wave here in the tri-state. 70 right now, that's your dew point in Belmar. 65 Central Park, 73 degrees in Islip. Yeah, it's definitely moist. Not quite as bad as yesterday or the day before, but still pretty close. Anyhow, we had one weak cold front go through yesterday. Didn't do a whole lot change-wise. Brought us down just a hair with the temperatures and the dew points. Now we've got cloudy skies and a second cold front. Still watching a few showers coming through northwestern sections of make that New Jersey and also through Pennsylvania too, but it's just barely holding together. But we have a better chance of showers and storms popping up later this afternoon as the cold front digs into town, and that will bring us some scattered showers. I really don't think there's going to be too much happening with that rain-wise, but it will be hot and humid ahead of that. But then behind it, there is cooler, drier air that will take over, and that'll make it a lot more comfortable. But another hot, humid day with a high temp in the city going up to about 92. Stray storms still possible out there, then clearing skies for you later tonight with drier conditions. Lows dropping down between 58 and 68, and as we go through the next 7 days, high of 92 today, but all the way back down to 85 for a high tomorrow, which is pretty much where it should be. But your temps continue to come down as we head through the rest of the work weekend into the weekend. Temps actually go a little cooler than normal. Cold.
It's going to get very cold.
Cold. Come on. 80. It's a little bit cooler than normal by about 5 degrees, but that's not cold. Let's bring in Inez Rosales.
Anyway, what's your coat?
Something like it hot.
All right, Mike. You know, let's talk about some problems this morning in Kearney on the New Jersey Turnpike. Skyfox HD is over an accident causing a lot of delays. Good morning, Jim Smith. What's going on there?
Well, Inez, looking at this overturned truck, it's on the southbound western spur of the New Jersey Turnpike, just before exit 15W. The good news as far as traffic goes is that the truck overturned on the side of the road, and at the moment, all lanes are open on the southbound western spur. There is the possibility we may see a lane or two get blocked off as crews try to upright the truck. But again, in the meantime, all lanes are open. There is about a mile to mile and a half delay, just slow-moving traffic getting by the accident scene. Eastern spur looking great as an alternate. Inez, back to you.
Thank you, Jim. Another problem. This one is in the Bronx. The Cross Bronx. Watch out for a crash westbound by White Plains Road, blocking a lane. Let's go to our camera, see how things are doing in the Long Island. This is Queens, the LIE, over by Little Neck Parkway. No problems westbound, eastbound. Little dreary on the camera. It's the haze. As far as the GWB goes, let's go back there. Lower level doing fine. Upper level, it's about a 10 to 15 minute delay. Not too bad. 495 heading towards the Lincoln Tunnel. Have a backup back to Route 3 in the Turnpike. That's 45 minutes inbound. The Holland Tunnel 10 to 15 minutes. And New Jersey Transit Amtrak signal problems causing a 60-minute delay on the Northeast corridor between Trenton and New York Penn Station. Rest of Mass Transit running on or close. Greg and Rosanna.
Thank you very much. This week, Rosanna and I are going into the swimming pool, a New York City swimming pool. We've got plans. Rosanna, you promised to wear a two-piece last week.
I don't recall when I admit, saying I was going to do something like that.
All right, fine, wear a one-piece, but we're going to the swimming pool.
All right, we're going to the swimming pool. You and I, as long as you don't push me.
Closed captioning brought to you by your local Lexus dealer.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the luxury of freedom, to venture further, to experience more, to make a routine of breaking with routine. Come into the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, where you'll find some of the best offers of the year on our most capable models. Lease the 2015 NX200 Turbo for $369 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Don't miss your last chance to have the time of your life. Mamma Mia, final Broadway performance, September 12th. Get your tickets today.
Join the millions who have already switched.
We switched.
And now we're streaming Netflix. Who knew Time Warner Cable's internet was so fast?
Mom switched, and now we can watch our favorite shows together on demand.
I switched, so I can connect to the internet just about anywhere with my free TWC Wi-Fi hotspots.
Join the millions who switched to Time Warner Cable. For $89.99 a month, you'll get 100 meg internet and hundreds of HD channels. You'll also get unlimited calling to the US, Mexico, Canada, China, and now India. Call 1-844-246-6184.
I switched. Now I have a free app that lets me watch TV whenever I have the time.
For $89.99 a month, you'll get TV, internet, and phone. And if you call now, there's no risk, no contract, no catch, no kidding.
I switched to Time Warner Cable and knew exactly when they were coming, thanks to their 1-hour appointment window.
Switch to Time Warner Cable today. And now, for a limited time, you could get a $300 reward card. Call 1-844-246-6184.
You love the quality of Raymond Flanigan furniture, so you'll love all of our mattress choices. Up to 60 styles. That's like 60 different ways to sleep. So next time you're shopping for a mattress to attach to that brand new bed frame, talk to our mattress experts. And our prices? The lowest in town or your money back.
The choice is simple. Love to sleep? You'll love Raymond Flanigan. Two names say it all.
Arm & Hammer combines strength and beauty for true radiance. So for my radiant smile, I use new Truly Radiant Rejuvenating Toothpaste. In just 5 days, it cleans, whitens, repairs, and strengthens enamel with a twist of mint. Be radiant with new Truly Radiant.
Poor young girl, she's from the Palestine area, I think.
And she may be going back, but maybe not after all this tension.
All right, I'm going to admit I never heard of Ashley Madison. I thought it was like, a real woman. I didn't realize it was a website where you have extramarital affairs.
It does sound a little bit like an ice cream company, but it is a hookup website, and millions are using it. It has been hacked, Rosanna, hacked, and a group is threatening to reveal the information, personal information of millions of subscribers.
Wow, they're threatening to release names, addresses, personal fantasies. That's if Ashley Madison's owner does not shut down the site.
This looks like a promotional video in favor of the website, by the way.
Identity theft expert Robert Siciliano notes that the increase in recent data breaches is a real problem.
Privacy at this point has become quite an illusion, and to many is even considered dead. Hacking and criminal hacking has actually become a part of popular culture, somewhat of a pastime for those that understand this type of technology.
Well, when we realize that they can hack into the government's computers, right?
If they can get into the Pentagon, they can get into Ashley Madison, they can get into Rosetta Scotto's and mine, too.
They won't find any fantasies. They'll just find a lot of deaths. Anyway, Ashley Madison put out a statement acknowledging the breach. It says it is working to resolve it.
All right, so we made a big deal out of this last week. Actually, the whole world did. The new Harper Lee book, Go Set a Watchman, and it is the #1 bestseller in the world, right?
Yeah, it sells 1.1 million copies. HarperCollins says that figure includes pre-orders, physical editions, and digital and audio formats. It's the fastest seller in company history, and the initial print run of 2 million copies has been increased to 3.3 million.
Rosanna and I will read it Eventually.
Eventually. So,
Eventually,
by the way,
someday.
By the way, you took my edition of it, but it's okay because my friend Perry Pels gave me another copy. So I have another book.
I'm innocent, by the way. What are you talking about? I didn't take your copy. I didn't.
Okay, fries and a burger. Would you like to mattress size your order?
Did you say mattress size?
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel like everybody's trying to sell mattresses these days? We know mattresses inside and out. Sleepies, the only mattress professionals.
Good Day, brought to you by Sleepies, the only mattress professionals.
Sleepy's one-day mattress sale is tomorrow. Preview the sale today and save up to 60% on select Sealy, Serta, and Beauty Rest mattresses. With Sealy Queen sets starting at $289, and Serta Queen sets are just $499. Plus, get free delivery on Tempur-Pedic and more. Only Sleepy's has mattress professionals to find you the most comfortable mattress. And only Sleepy's beats anyone's price by 20% or it's free. Sleepy's, the only mattress professionals.
What do doctors from leading cancer centers in the country have in common? Many of them now call Cancer Treatment Centers of America home. Expert medicine works here. Find out why at cancercenter.com. Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
The Iran nuclear deal. Good deal or bad deal? Iran keeps their nuclear facilities. Military sites can go uninspected. Restrictions end after 10 years. Then Iran could build a nuclear weapon in 2 months. Iran has violated 20 international agreements and is the leading state sponsor of terrorism. Congress should reject a bad deal. We need a better deal.
Sometimes we all need a little help. Today, you helped her plant a garden, and you want to be there to help her with all her tomorrows. If you're trying to quit smoking, you may need a little help. Medications to help you stop smoking, including nicotine patches, gum, and other medicines, are available to Medicaid members. Call your doctor today to get the help you need to quit smoking, so you can always be there for her.
All new, he's a Hollywood legend, and she's rock and roll royalty. George Hamilton and Kimberly Stewart are here.
The Wendy Williams Show, today at 10 on Fox 5.
Come on! I'm coming.
Let's go, Dad!
Who's ready to go to Wally World?
It's a long way down Holiday Road. Holiday Road.
Honey, a blonde in a convertible? Seriously?
Built for families, designed for drivers. Lease the 7-seat all-wheel drive QX60 for $399 a month. Visit your tri-state Infinity retailer.
Good Day, brought to you by Infinity, inspired performance.
Seems like a Ford commercial. So what in the heck else, Rosanna? What's on your mind these days?
It looks so hazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm reading some of the comments about that Con Ed wants us to set our temperature at 78 degrees. People are tweeting me right now. Some of them are very funny. One person said, I'd love to go into Con Ed's office to see what they have their temperature set at.
If they got it set at 72, I don't think so. They can't put it out publicly and say, look, I can run mine at 65.
That's what Vamos says. I think he's right. New York Mutts tweeted he has central layer, so it's either a low or high switch. So he's going to put on the low switch.
Well, we'll all be kicking ourselves tonight at 11 o'clock if the lights go out. Hey, it happened not that long ago. Remember, what was it, 2003 or 2004, the summer of?
I remember
We had
that.
a huge blackout in the city. You don't have to go back decades.
I know, I remember that. My son was stuck at an amusement park on a ride.
Typical LJ.
How does it always happen to him? I don't know.
He is in store for several lucky breaks. Don't worry.
I don't know. All right, it's 7:30 in the morning. Nice to have you with us. Hopefully you're cool somewhere. Con Ed wants us to avoid some kind of big problem here with the power, so
we're doing our part. We're going to turn off the air conditioner in here to 78. Not anytime soon, don't worry. All right, Mike Woods, I feel a little ambivalent morally about the 78-degree thing. I mean, 78 is uncomfortable.
Just shut off the air when you leave your house. I think that helps. Exactly. That helps too with the power grid.
Well, I do that for economic reasons. I do that no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean,
Me too.
Yeah.
Exactly, because
you don't want a
the bill does go a
$1,000
little
power bill.
The power bill, I don't know, does yours go up like threefold
Yeah,
in
it's a
the
lot.
summertime?
I won't even look at it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm
You
like,
don't look
can you
at
just
it?
pay yourself? Take my money, whatever. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with it. But yeah, it's nasty. And also the fact that we have such humid conditions, 78. It's kind of rough to deal with when it's still humid at the same time. Anyhow, here's what we have with our temperatures this morning. It's right now 82 degrees out at Central Park, 69 degrees in Sussex, and 66 in Monticello. So as you head up to the northwest, it does get a lot cooler. But yeah, most of it's still kind of a bit of a steam bath out there. Dew points are all pretty high too, around 65 to 70 for most of us. And that puts you in an uncomfortable range. And not only that, we also have air quality alerts in effect for most of New Jersey, except for the extreme northeastern sections, and that's through the day here today. High levels of ozone are going to be a bit of a problem for folks with any kind of breathing issues, and of course the children and the elderly, they're a little more sensitive to this, so make sure you or they take it easy today because things are not looking good. Anyhow, when it comes to showers, we've got a lot of clouds out there, but showers, they've been showing up on the radar and satellite, and we've had some reports of showers up around Sussex County and heading over toward Orange County. And yeah, you might have some light scattered showers here for the morning, but then the heavier stuff will probably come at us as this cold front slides through. We've got the hot, humid air ahead of it, and that cold front will come through and help to fire up a few more storms, but they will be kind of few and far between. So it's a stray storm that we're calling for in the afternoon. Then cooler, drier air takes over after tonight. And things definitely feel a lot better as we head into tomorrow and the rest of the week. I think you're really going to appreciate. But today, you got to suffer through it one more time, heading up to 88 degrees by midday and high of 92. If indeed we hit 90 plus today, we are going to have an official heat wave, the first one that we've seen here in a couple of years. Tomorrow, we make it up to 85 for a high with mainly sunny skies, then 83 and 82, and all the way down to 80 for a high on Saturday, which, you know what, Inez?
What?
As I understand, some people agree with you. That's cold for this time of the year.
Compared to the heat,
I can't believe it.
I'm not
Cold,
complaining.
really?
I'm happy about it. All right, no more humidity at least. Let's talk about the commute. Some issues out there. Things on Long Island are doing fine. No problems. LA or the Southern State Parkway. Your commute into Queens doing okay. Normal delays on the LA between the Cross Island Parkway, the Clearview Expressway and Queens Boulevard. Let's go to our cameras. Take a look at your commute on the Bronx River Parkway, southbound 233rd Street, moving fine, as well as northbound there. As far as the George Washington Bridge goes, on our other cameras on the upper level, not that bad this morning actually. It's about a 10-15 minute delay inbound, closer to 15. Lower level doing fine. Lincoln Tunnel 495 as usual backed up to Route 3 and the Turnpike, so it's about a 45-minute delay. Exclusive bus lanes, those guys are moving a little slow into Port Authority. As far as the Holland Tunnel goes, it's about 15 to 20 inbound. New Jersey Transit, Amtrak signal problems causing a 60-minute delay on the Northeast Corridor between Trenton and New York Penn Station. And then we have problems on the New Jersey Turnpike. Jim Smith is in Sky Fox HD covering that one. Good morning, Jim.
Hey, good morning, Inez. Looking at the southbound western spur of the Turnpike by exit 15W, that truck was overturned earlier. It's now been uprighted. The good news in this situation that it was off on the side of the road, and through the whole time that the tow trucks have been on the scene, all lanes have been opened on the southbound western spur. It still is possible that they might have to block off the right lane to remove the vehicle from the scene. But again, right now, all lanes are open. There is about a mile and a half of slow traffic, not quite that bumper-to-bumper traffic, just slow moving, about 30 to 40 miles an hour. If you want to take the eastern spur as an alternate, that's looking great. Greg, Rosanna, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. So for about a month now, a guy broke out of police custody here in the city and has been on the loose. That changed. Here he is, escaping. The guy in the whitest shirt.
Well, he already ran by. Those are the detectives, but here he is.
There we go.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this is that he still has the handcuffs on, and it's behind his back. Anyway, it happened on June 23rd in Harlem.
So he's been out there for a long time. He's in custody now again. Also, we're learning new details about the guys who escaped from that prison upstate. Rosanna, one of them was actually looking for a way out all the way back in January. I mean, that's when he got out of his cell and started.
They've been working on this for months.
He's telling everything he knows. Or maybe he's bragging a little bit. Who knows? Let's go to Liz Dahlem. She's live in Harlem with more. Hi, Liz.
Good morning to you, Greg and Rosanna. The manhunt for Tariq Arnold is finally over. He was missing, got out of police custody for just about a month, but he is back here at the 32nd Precinct where he is being held behind bars. And this is where he ran from just about a month ago, down 135th Street. But again, he is back in police custody after escaping last month. Now, this surveillance video from June 23rd shows Arnold running away with his hands still handcuffed behind his back. The 23-year-old's accused of knocking a police officer down to the ground before he ran off. Arnold was rearrested in Harlem last night. Now, he got away with this escape during last month's upstate prison escape. The New York Times is reporting David Sweat methodically planned his escape for months, sneaking into the prison's tunnels every night for hours. And in this Fox 5 animation, you can get an idea for how Sweat used a hacksaw to cut through walls and pipes, even doing dry runs ahead of the escape. Now, Sweat is being held in a maximum security facility in Seneca County, where he was captured after weeks on the run and 2 days after his fellow escapee Richard Matt was shot and killed. As for Arnold, back out here live, he has been charged with assaulting a police officer and escape. That's in addition to the murder charge he was originally facing. And in the wake of his escape, the NYPD has changed its policy, now requiring police officers to shackle the legs of any suspect who is accused of violent crimes. Again, we're expecting the suspect to be walked out here in the next hour or so. We'll have an update coming up around 8:30. We're live from Harlem. Greg and Rosanna, back over to you.
Okay, Liz Dahlem, thank you very much.
All right, let's take a look outside. It's 7:37. It is a little hazy out there. It's another hot day.
We're going to the swimming pool, a city pool.
We are? I
thought you were on board with this. I drag you into all these cool adventures, and then you always have a delightful time. But at first you're like, I don't know.
I didn't know that they welcome.
We don't have permission.
Well, that was the issue.
We're going to get arrested when we get there. Nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen. We're going swimming
regardless. We're going to get refreshed, okay?
We're getting refreshed.
Good Day brought to you by Verizon Fios. Get out of the past. Get Fios.
So it's you versus a typical Tuesday. Take it on with Ford Escape. Need an extra pair of eyes? Escape's got a rear view camera. Get a 2015 Ford Escape with 0% financing for 72 months or lease for just $169 a month.
Love to sleep? Then you'll love the most comfortable mattress on earth. Talk to a Raymond Flanigan sleep expert. They can hook you up with all the best brands, with up to 60 different styles in the showroom. That's more than any mattress store in town, and at the guaranteed lowest prices. After all, you have to sleep on your new mattress for a long, long time. Better choose it well.
The choice is simple. Love to sleep? You'll love Raymond Flanigan. Two names say it all.
Can't stand the heat? Get off the test track. Get the Mercedes-Benz you've been burning for at the summer event going on now at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. Hurry before this opportunity cools off.
You need to get to the night shift in the South Bronx. Get your baby to the doctor in Jamaica, Queens. And get to the airport from Sunset Park, Brooklyn. And while taxis often refuse people in minority neighborhoods, Uber's there, taking more people to and from communities outside Manhattan than anyone. But Mayor de Blasio is pushing the agenda of his big taxi donors to limit Uber cars and drivers. And vital service for thousands of New Yorkers may vanish. Tell Mayor de Blasio, don't strand New York.
This Friday, one word is on everyone's mind.
What?
Get ready for the biggest 3D adventure of the summer. Pixels in IMAX 3D, rated PG-13.
So it's you versus a typical Tuesday. Take it on with Ford Escape. Need an extra pair of hands? Escape's foot-activated liftgate is ready to amaze. Get a 2015 Ford Escape with 0% financing for 72 months or lease for just $169 a month.
Introducing Dunkin's new fruit smoothies, perfectly blended with real fruit and low-fat yogurt. It's a delicious choice you can feel good sipping. Discover the goodness of Dunkin's new smoothies today. America runs on Dunkin'.
Good Day brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Sunday marks the 45th anniversary.
Every time I look at the moon, I'm amazed we've been there. 46 years ago yesterday, Apollo 11 walked on the moon. And it's still in the news, Rosanna, because the spacesuit that was worn up there by the astronauts, particularly Neil Armstrong's, it's held by the Smithsonian. It is deteriorating. It is crumbling before our very eyes.
Why? You think because it's been to the moon, or you think because
a couple things.
We haven't kept it properly?
It was not built to last. It was built to last, you know, a couple of hours really on the surface of the moon. That version. We later went back for days at a time. So they haven't had it on display since 2006. And they have started a Kickstarter campaign. They want $500,000, the Smithsonian does, to get some funds together and preserve this baby. By the way, that's Buzz Aldrin. All the good pictures on the moon are of Buzz Aldrin because Neil had the camera.
Oh, poor Neil.
I know. Here's Neil relaxing afterwards. Doesn't it really look like Miller time?
Yeah, it does. By the way, when you weren't here yesterday, I thought it was because you were off celebrating that historic walk. Because, didn't we talk about that, Mike? We thought because you're such an astronomy aficionado.
I think that was within reason.
A bit of a space nut, but, you know, what are you going to do? You know, how do you celebrate that?
I don't know.
Actually, I'm surprised we don't celebrate it every day. It's so cool that we've been there and folks don't talk about it that much anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
All right, let's talk about the heat instead.
Yeah, well, everyone's going to talk about that here today. As they have for the last several days. Temps made it up into the 90s the last couple of days, but it felt more like 100. Well, today doesn't look much different. 82 Central Park, 80 degrees in Newark, and our dew points are between 65 and 70, making it very uncomfortable. Not as bad as yesterday, where it was in the oppressive range because our dew points were around 71 to 75, but still not good. But things will get better. Right now, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies here in the tri-state, even a few showers over northern New Jersey heading into the lower Hudson Valley, but it's little light stuff right now. But bigger storms are possible as the cold front comes to town and tries to get things going with the bigger showers and storms. So this hot, humid air that we have had with us for a few days is about to go away as that cold front comes in here and changes things up. Heading out to the beach, here's the latest conditions. Waves coming through at around 2 feet. Water temperatures around 71 to 75. UV index is up to 7, which is a high range, but not very high. Lightning and rip current risk are at a low range. So as we go through the day, we'll still make it up to about 92 for a high. That would be 3 days in a row of 90 degrees plus, and that means a heat wave officially once we get to 90, but we got to get there first. Anyhow, we are going to see a chance of a few stray showers later this afternoon, and then after that, we have some cooler temps making a comeback here in the tri-state, highs all the way back down to 80 by Saturday. Don't forget the Fox 5 NY weather app. It's at the Apple iTunes Store and Google Play Store for you to download free right now and track those storms that may be popping up later on. Let's bring in Inez. Most of it is in the late afternoon and early evening. More like early evening.
Okay, so the evening commute should be okay.
Yeah,
okay.
for the most part.
Oh, I hope so. All right, let's talk about the morning commute, Mike. Things are doing fine this morning in Westchester. No problems coming in from Rockland County. Your New Jersey commute, well, problems on Route 80 westbound. This is where it goes for 280 there, Route 46. There's an accident there blocking a lane, so you do have a bit of a delay there, almost back to Route 23. You also have the left lane blocked on the westbound side. Let's go to our cameras. Take a look at the Long Island Expressway. Actually, this is the LA over by Terry Road. A little stop and go westbound, normal delays. Eastbound side, you're fine. As for New Jersey Transit, still a 60-minute delay with the Northeast Corridor because of Amtrak signal problems between Trenton and New York Penn. Greg and Rosanna.
Okay, hey, it's the sports guy, Duke Castiglione.
Fixing his microphone in the bag. All right.
What's going on with the Mets?
Watched this game last night. I mean, they have to improve their lineup, but we'll talk about that in a second. They were down in our nation's capital, taking on the division-leading Nationals. Now, the Mets win this game, just 2 games behind the Nats. Everybody's excited for this series. Bottom of the third, Nationals already up 2-0, which seems like an insurmountable lead with this Mets lineup. Matt Harvey, it does, gives up 2 more runs, and it's 4-0 Nationals.
5-0.
Yeah, 5-0. You know, Greg, it's sad when the Mets' best hitter after number 3 in the lineup is the pitcher.
I thought Matt Harvey was supposed to be good. What happened to him?
No, you know, he's coming back from elbow surgery, major elbow surgery. That made it a 5-2 game after Harvey drove in 2 runs. In the 8th, Alex Torres takes over for Harvey. That was not good. Ian Desmond deep and gone. Nationals win at 7-2. That means the Mets are 3 games back in the NL East.
They're in second place. That's not that
right,
bad.
But here's the thing, Greg, is if you're a Met fan and Met fans, you know, they don't play good defense. They pitch extremely well, and they don't hit. So they have to improve their lineup before the trade deadline. It's a must. We have, 10 days to go? You can't go against any team, let alone a first-place team with this lineup. It's painful to watch. As the New York Post points out this morning, over the last 9 games, the Mets are 4 for 72 with runners in scoring position. I repeat, 4 for 72. That's not good. All right, the Yankees had the day off. Tonight they open up a 3-game series against the Orioles in the Bronx. The Yanks have a 4-game lead on the second-place O's. In golf, it took an extra day, plus a playoff, but we finally have a British Open champion, and it's not Jordan Spieth. I'm disappointed. I wanted Spieth to win this. All right, Jordan on 18 at 14 under, needs to sink this birdie. They tie for the lead and force a 4-man playoff, but not going to happen. Grand Slam dream comes to an end. Bummer. All right, then there's Zach Johnson. Remember, he's already won a major. I think Masters 2007 on 18. Johnson needs the birdie for a chance at a playoff. Gets it to go. He's clutch. 3-man playoff with Louis Oosthuizen and Mark Leishman. And final playoff hole, Oosthuizen chance to fourth a 5th playoff hole with Johnson, but misses the birdie putt. That gives Zach Johnson the 2015 British Open Championship win. Hey, yesterday I was out on the golf course myself for Newark Mentoring Movement's golf outing at Liberty National. This is always a great outing. Newark Mentoring Movement's mission is to transform our community by preparing youth to succeed in life through positive mentoring relationships. And what they do is work to increase the quality and quantity of mentoring relationships serving Newark youth.
Who's that guy you're mentoring?
That was Ken Danico, the great former Devil.
Now, what the heck is this?
You know, we're
clowning around.
Right, fooling around on the golf course.
So, yesterday, great event. Senator Cory Booker was a co-host. Big Good Day fan. Zach
Well, he's
Diassi.
co-hosted Good Day New York as well.
And
Good Day New Jersey.
Yes.
Remember when we
I do
turned it
remember
into
that
Good Day
stunt.
New Jersey?
Zach Diassi was also a co-host, so it was a great day. I didn't play all that well, but we had a great time.
Duke, you're a hero. Thank you. Let's go outside, shall we? Looks like a bunch of cargo on a ship.
No, I think isn't that Xanadu in the Meadowlands?
Yes, but it looks like a bunch of cargo on a ship.
Totally. Good Day's coming right back.
The Sports Report, brought to you by the Dodge Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
You know what this beach needs? CPR? RPMs. More hustle, Hop. Now it's Muscle Beach. Put this against your ear, and you can hear a Hemi.
Whoa! Get a great deal during the Dodge Summer Clearance Event. Well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on Dodge Charger SXT for $219 a month.
See world-class reporting come to life. Read the news. Hear the news. Hear from the people who make the news. Stroll down the runway. Admire some crocodiles. Then analyze the bulls and the bears. Check the markets. Move the markets. Leave your mark on the markets with Evernote. From breaking stories to today's top stories, ambition doesn't take a vacation. So download the Wall Street Journal app today to enjoy a 4-week free trial this summer.
New York State is reinventing how we do business by leading the way on tax cuts. We cut the rates on personal income taxes. We enacted the lowest corporate tax rate since 1968. We eliminated the income tax on manufacturers altogether. With Startup New York, qualified businesses that start, expand, or relocate to New York State pay no taxes for 10 years, all to grow our economy and create jobs. See how New York can give your business the opportunity to grow at ny.gov/business.
Of our clients unique. That's what makes River Spring Health unique.
Come discover the mythical world of Atlantis at My Bob's Discount Furniture. Magical with 2 power recliners and a power reclining chaise. Visionary with Bobopedic memory foam seating. Mysterious with hidden console storage and cup holders. My Atlantis 6-piece sectional is only $19.99. 4-piece way only $12.99. 3-piece way only $11.99.
Quality, choice, and untouchable value. Only at My Bob's Discount Furniture.
Dodge, loaded with technology and excitement. Well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on Dodge Charger SXT for $219 a month.
So I went to the beach.
You did? Which
the
beach?
water is still freezing
It
cold. I can't, it's so cold. I don't care how hot it is. The water's too cold.
I agree. You like bathtub water, right? I mean, you like when the pool is like at like 70.
80.
80.
Steaming. Anyway.
So the ocean is a different story.
Dr. Raj has some information about the beach. Hi, Dr. Raj.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, well, we're talking not only about the ocean water, but actually the sand. Now, we know that ocean water is contaminated by sewage, and we can find a lot of toxic bacteria in there. You have to be careful when you're there. You try not to swallow the water. But now a new study coming out of the University of Hawaii, their Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, finds that the sand itself also contains bacteria. We're talking about fecal waste bacteria, the kind that can potentially get you sick. And actually, the sand contains 100 times more than the ocean water. This is something that's a bit surprising for many of us who spend a lot of time on the sand. You kind of think of sand as relatively clean, but it turns out not so much. So what should you do?
Because it gets heated by the sun.
It gets heated by the sun, but the particles, you know, the sun actually does make bacteria decay more quickly, but the particles actually kind of cover or protect the bacteria. It's kind of hidden underneath.
Doctor,
and it lasts
all be
a lot
dead.
longer.
Yes.
We'd all be dead.
Well,
excellent point, Rosanna. And also, there is bacteria
everywhere.
In everything.
Right.
There's bacteria everywhere, but there are a couple of things, you know, we do get sick, and sometimes we don't know why we got that unexplained diarrhea. For your kids, a few kind of things you want to keep in mind.
We can usually figure it out when it comes to that issue.
Well, not always, and a couple, you know, pointers here. If you have some food that falls on the sand, often we just sort of dust it off and eat it.
Come on,
you may
those
not want to
bologna
do
sandwiches with sand taste
You like
delicious.
the crunchy sand, yeah.
Right? Doesn't it remind
Not
that
so
of your
much.
childhood and stuff?
With the potato chips.
Oh, so good.
So,
and have your kids, you know, wash their hands when they come back from the beach. That's all.
Next time, come up with another hypothetical illness. Okay.
Okay. Another hypothetical? No, this is a real one.
I understand, but there are others we could have chosen.
We could have, but
okay,
this is in the news.
Whatever. You're the expert.
I am.
She's Dr. Raj. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, let's talk entertainment. Hannah Gilligan. So sad to hear about Blake and Miranda.
I know. There were rumors for a long time, but I thought they weren't true because they seemed to ride them out. But unfortunately, country music stars Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert are now divorced after 4 years of marriage. That
guy is the one on The Voice, right?
Yes.
He's terrific on that show.
Yeah, he's become a huge star. She's a huge star in her own right. They both became far more famous from the time they got married. And that may have been part of the reason why they couldn't make it work.
I don't know. TMZ's not reporting that.
TMZ says that Blake filed for divorce because he was convinced that Miranda cheated twice. I had heard cheating rumors about Blake a long time ago.
I know.
The most ridiculous story I heard about these two was that her weight loss tore them apart because she was into a healthier lifestyle.
She was too much of a hottie.
Right. Well, anyway, in a joint statement, they said, quote, "This is not the future we envisioned, and it is with heavy hearts that we move forward separately."
Oh.
So that's sad. She cried on stage a few days ago before this news came out. Yeah.
They have kids?
No kids.
No kids.
Yeah.
There was also talk that he wanted kids, she didn't want kids, you know.
Right. There were a million stories.
Yeah.
People are very interested in these two, so hopefully they find happiness as they go their separate ways. And in later news, Miley Cyrus made headlines from twerking at MTV's Video Music Awards, and now she may top that because the 22-year-old announced on Instagram that she is going to be hosting this year's show. She said, "MTV won't let me perform, so I'm hosting." Very interesting.
Well,
indeed.
she made a spectacle out of herself when she was with Robin Thicke, made him look like a jerk.
Right. It was during this Blurred Lines performance with Robin Thicke in 2013. I don't know if she made him look like a jerk, but
She
you know, I don't think
twerked
his
so
wife
much she made Robin Thicke look like a jerk.
Well, I find it
That's part of
interesting
your
that
little thing.
MTV won't let her perform because didn't this make MTV Video Music Awards like the most relevant thing for the longest time?
Yes.
Like
I
it
don't
was
know.
headlines everywhere.
Well,
So-
yes, but nobody liked it.
Well, the thing with MTV is you're hard to find music on the channel anymore.
Right, it's
So,
true.
I mean, the only thing musical is The awards ceremony.
Right. So you can see what Miley
it's
does.
full of reality shows.
Right.
I
Or if
remember
you
when
watch
we
it
used to watch those shows and we'd see the latest videos
I know.
and stuff like
I used to love the videos.
It's a tragedy.
Right.
What else?
You can catch Miley when the MTV Video Music Awards are on August 30th. And Shakespeare in the Park is in its 53rd year at the Delacorte Theater. It just finished its production of The Tempest earlier this month. Next up is Cymbeline, which starts this Thursday through August 23rd in Central Park. There are 4 ways to get tickets. First, you can line up at noon any day of production is happening. I always see that line. You can also enter a free virtual lottery at publictheater.org.
What a hassle to get these tickets.
Right. Well,
to
if
see
you
that
wanna...
play that nobody can understand.
But people love this.
If you want to avoid the hassle, actually, you just throw some money at it. If you pay $200, you can get season tickets. Well, it's 3 productions, and you get reserved seats, which you don't get if you get the free tickets.
I have to say, I did go to see Hair at the Delacorte Theater, and it was so much fun. It was a beautiful night. It was really magical to be outside and see theater.
Well, Hair, they speak English.
Right. You don't need subtitles for Hair.
I know, but no, I've also seen one of the Shakespearean plays.
No, it's very fun to see. And the thing about Shakespeare, I always remember my English teacher saying this, it's hard to understand when you read it on page, it's meant to be acted. So when you watch it, you really do know what's happening.
I'm going to take you one night. You and I are going to go.
Let's go to the movies instead. Back to the Future. Back to the Future is playing in one of those public parks tonight.
All right,
for free.
Let's go say hello to Daria. Daria is our Facebook fan of the hour.
All right, thank you, Daria. Seriously, you want to do that?
Good Day Fan of the Hour brought to you by Mazda. Driving matters.
Chevy's got 3 great deals to choose from this summer. Which works the best with your budget?
I'm drawn to the 0%.
$1,000 cash back. I've never, ever thought about leasing a car until I saw that deal.
Now, let me tell you something that's super cool. You can choose any one of these deals on any of these cars.
Seriously?
Current qualified competitive lessees can get a sign and drive lease on this Chevy Cruze LT. And get $500 lease bonus cash on select Cruze vehicles in stock. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Shouting in the street, you're gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, a big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. We will rock you. Sing it out. We will rock you.
Call 1-800-ROYAL-CARIBBEAN or your travel agent today.
A new season brings a new look, a chance to try something different. This summer, challenge your preconceptions and experience a Cadillac for yourself. Take advantage of our summer offers. The 2015 Cadillac SRX. Current GM lessees can lease it from around $339 per month. Visit CadillacTristate.com to locate a dealer near you.
We're making Tuesday the best night of the week.
First, it's the 10-year anniversary special of So You Think You Can Dance.
You won't want to miss it.
Then,
this summer, me and my team could be knocking on your front door with David Beckham, Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, and more. And it all goes down live.
the series premiere of Knock Knock Live.
It all starts tonight at 8 on Fox 5.
The talented and outspoken Vivica A. Fox will be here, plus actor-singer Tyrese Gibson.
Don't miss it. Today at 11 on Fox 5. From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day New York.
All right, hi everybody. Good to be back on this July 21st, 2015.